I saw her, wreathed in wings of pure light, her eyes blazing with the fury of the gods. The bone devils stopped in their tracks, shielding their faces. Her blade, now a brand of light, swept once, twice, 3 times. The devils' heads hit the ground, one after another, and thus we learned that an Aasimar traveled in our ragtag band. Be they man or elf, common beast or mighty dragon, a soul burns within them, a spark that fuels the fires of life, granting passions and personality to all those living things. But some souls burn more brightly than others, those rare few that have the light of the heavens singing within their very souls are known as Aasimar. The Aasimar are of the plane-touched, a group of humanoids whose bodies or spirits have been imbued with the powers of the outer realms. For the Aasimar, their souls have been invigorated by divine power, such as that of Mount Celestia, realm of goodness and law. The origin of an Aasimar is a mystery, for their creation is not a common thing. Their heaven-touched souls may be the result of a god's blessing, the will of the heavens, and a rare few can claim blood relation to the celestial beings that inhabit the divine realms. Aasimar could be descendants of angels, Empyreans, or even celestial archons. These celestial origins can alter the body of an Aasimar in many different ways. No two are alike, but they do share certain traits. Their eyes pure white, gray, or gold with no pupils. Their hair color bright and vivid with a silvery aura, and an uncommon beauty. To gaze upon the uncovered face of an Aasimar is to gaze upon a beautiful sunset or immense work of art. On an individual scale, some Aasimar have small patches of iridescent scales linking them to the cotals, or unnatural skin colors of emerald and gold linking them to the angels. And of course, many have small patches of feathers on their shoulders, where wings may sprout. The birth of an Aasimar is a celebrated thing, as it is seen as a blessing. However, this does not mean the child is treated like a blessing forever. All Aasimar are born to human parents, for there is no record of Aasimar being born to other humanoids such as elves or goblins. As the Aasimar child grows, it quickly realizes just how different it is from others. The divine power resonating within them makes them appear strange to others. Usually it sparks harmless curiosity or enthrallment, but it can lead to fear. Some Aasimar have been the victims of prejudices due to the feelings they evoke in ordinary humans. When this occurs, it is extremely painful for the Aasimar, for they are highly empathetic creatures by nature. Touched by the powers of Mount Celestia, they feel very deeply the emotions of others. How does one bear the weight of such mixed blessings? If you are raised by ordinary humans, who have no concept of what you are truly going through, what you truly are, then who is there to aid you, give you purpose and meaning? That is the duty of the angelic guide. Aasimar, from the moment they are born, are linked to an angel known as a Deva. Never speaking to their charge directly, the Deva bestows them with visions and prophecies, directing the Aasimar to acts that will uphold virtue and law and strike down evils. This angelic guide of an Aasimar is integral to their development, but the angel is not omniscient, nor is it infallible. Its wisdom is based solely off its own understanding of law and the forces of good and evil. The celestial guide could be bookish and learning, leading an Aasimar down a path of wizardry and scholarly pursuits, but also leading to inaction. The guide could be fierce and vengeful, molding the Aasimar beneath it into a brutal warrior that shows no mercy to its enemies, and as a consequence, could appear just as monstrous as any common beast. Guided by prophetic dreams and more understanding of their true nature, the Aasimar ventures out into the world alone. The divine power burning bright within their souls drives them to be champions of law and goodness, striking at evil, leading by example, and furthering the cause of justice. But more often than not, the Aasimar must pursue such virtues alone. They keep a low profile, not just because of the prejudices they endured in their youth, but of the ever-watchful eyes of evil. Fiends, cults of evil gods, and terrible monsters are all drawn to Aasimar like moths to the flame. They wish to snuff out this divine light and strike a blow against the forces of good. And so, the Aasimar must go through life with the knowledge that they are always being hunted. They wear hoods, closed helms, or any other items that can disguise their traits that betray their true nature. This caution is thrown to the wind, however, when it comes to the protection of innocence, or the destruction of evil, for that is an Aasimar's true purpose, worth sacrificing everything for. It is important to note that Aasimar are not angels. They are mortal, and possess free will, and even the visions of their celestial guides cannot force them to make any choices. Those that stray from their destiny, that see their abilities as a curse, or the presence of the angel as a means to control them, turn their back on what they are. They grow spiteful and turn to evil, becoming a fallen Aasimar. As the celestial power within them churns and swirls, corrupted by the fall of its owner, the radiant power they once commanded becomes a horrid, draining magic. The visions and dreams cease as the angelic Deva abandons the fallen Aasimar. Many who fall see this abandonment as vindication of their actions and beliefs, though a few feel the pain of losing the divine spark and do everything they can to get it back. Those Aasimar that have fallen to evil are rare among an already rare species. But even those that accept their destiny feel conflict between their mortal understandings and divine guidance. A good Aasimar may wish to save a small village from drought or illness, but their angelic guide pushes them to move on. To the distant angel, the plights of a few mortals is nothing compared to stopping the plans of the cult of the Dragon Queen. This disconnection between the Aasimar and its angelic guide, compounded by the Aasimar's own innate empathy, is an eternal inner conflict. The celestial nature of an Aasimar grants them incredible abilities. They can see in the darkness, cast spells of light, and speak celestial. Their bodies are resilient to necrotic and celestial magics, and most impressively, all Aasimar can heal wounds with just a touch of their hand. The nature of the divine light that burns within each Aasimar's soul can influence these powers to greater forms. There are 3 known subspecies of Aasimar: the Protector, the Scourge, and the Fallen. The Protector are charged with the powers of good. Standing vigilant against the darkness, these Aasimar fully accept their destiny and guard the weak with their lives. They can unleash their divine energy within and sprout angelic wings of pure light, granting them flight and empowering their weapons with celestial magic. The Aasimar that are known as the Scourge have an inner flame that is so powerful it fuels the desire to seek out and destroy evil wherever it lurks. A desire that can be all-consuming, and so the Scourge Aasimar become violent weapons of divine retribution. These Aasimar unleash their divine power to burn anything near them in searing holy light. The Fallen Aasimar are perhaps the most unique of the 3. Their light replaced with shadow, a shadow that is extremely potent in its own right. When unleashed, this shadow sprouts as skeletal wings from the Fallen's back, and their eyes become pits of darkness. their weapons engulfed in dark magics, and all who behold them in this state filled with a terrible sense of fear, as if the Reaper itself has come to claim them. But why do the gods in the heavens place the Aasimar upon the world? That is a question for the Aasimar to answer alone. I had a dream last night. A terrible swarm of bats swept over a beautiful valley, devouring it of all light, life, and hope. It was only turned away by a rising sun. You are this darkness, vampire, and I am the rising sun that will banish you from this land once and for all. Thank you so much for watching, guys. On this channel, I'm putting together Dungeons & Dragons lore videos for monsters, races, and the areas of D&D. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, sharing the video around. It really helps me out a lot. I couldn't do this without you guys. We recently broke 500 subscribers while work was putting me through hell. I could not thank you guys enough for that. It really helped me get through the last week. And as a thank you to you guys, I am going to be doing 3 Halloween specials. Throughout the month of October, I will do 3 special videos covering some of the spookiest places and monsters and even spells of Dungeons & Dragons. If you have an idea or a suggestion for what these Halloween special videos should be, please leave it in the comments below. Or you could check out my Discord and leave it in there, and also chat with some really great people who are also fans of fantasy and gaming. Thank you so much for watching again, really means a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.